Welcome to the Wrestling Fan Wrestling Show. I'm the big beefy boy Shaz Beef, and today I'm joined by Cut My Life Into Pieces. This is Kieran Dunphy. I'm saying you're the last resort.
Yeah, I got that.
Where have you been? You walked out the last time.
Don't think that's any of your business. Why? I expected an apology. Expected a few texts.
An apology for what?
For robbing all my jokes and making a fool out of me.
No, didn't. You have one fan.
I have a few fans, actually.
Skylar O'Talk, he's always asking, where are you? Where's Dunphy? Where's Dunphy?
A lot of Dunphy-maniacs out there, I'll have you know. Why are you laughing at?
Dunphy-maniacs, I like it. You should try.
A few people are...
As a peace offering, me and the boys, we got together, we got you something. All right? Me, Morrow, and Marta, we got you something. Did you see what the 5 marks brought us?
Yeah, I thought that's pretty cool. Thank you, 5 marks. That's deadly. I wasn't on the show to say thanks, but...
Because you abandoned us.
Because I was...
the wheel is on the... We put a lot of care and thought into it.
It's pretty embarrassing.
Okay.
Oh, so, cool.
It's an actual t-shirt.
Oh,
we got it for you.
That's nice.
Yeah. It's nice. It's a genuine NXT Kevin Owens t-shirt.
Thanks, man.
No problem. And then when you're looking at it,
yeah,
like when it's on you, it says OK, which stands for O'Keefe. There you go.
Shane OK.
Shane O'Keefe.
Okay.
So now you have a Kevin Owens t-shirt.
Sweet.
Because all you were doing was being a big fucking AEW mark every time that you were here. So,
well, there's a few people on the TikToks who think that we don't give AEW any props.
Yeah, we got called a mob. We got called a mob for attacking AEW on an AEW Forbidden Door review.
Until I got this t-shirt, I would have agreed.
Yeah.
I would have agreed, but...
I had to block him.
Yeah.
Some people that are in the wrestling sphere contacted me and was like, that dude is... you're gonna want to stay away from that dude. And I was like, okay. And I don't like blocking people. I love all this anger and annoyance and stuff from fans. Do you like your present, don't you?
I love my present.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
It's an actual genuine Kevin Owens wear.
Is there a joke? Is there some...
No, there's none.
Where did this come from?
It didn't fit Marto anymore.
You joking?
It's a genuine John Morton. And it didn't fit me. I was gonna wear it as well. We were like, it might fit Duff.
I can't wear it. Can't wear it, hand me down. What are you laughing at?
That's a nice gesture.
It was a nice gesture, but you ruined it because, like, you ruin everything because you can't do anything nice for anyone.
Are
Shane.
we going to get rid of this heat or not? Are we going to try and have a civil conversation? The last time it was just me and you. We were talking about Cody Rhodes, and you've been upset ever since because you lost that debate.
It wasn't a debate. I was brought under false pretenses.
It was a debate that you lost. At least admit, if it was a debate, you lost.
No, I can't admit that because it wasn't a debate.
It was a debate.
And I won. Fancy world.
I won.
No.
Today, though, we're going to talk about John Cena.
Sucks. Yeah, Mr. Cena. Super Cena.
He announced he is going to retire in a year and a half.
It's going to be a very, very long retirement.
I want to touch upon this because it hasn't really been done, right? In terms of WWE, that they've announced this big retirement tour. I know they tried to do it with Hogan, like his last European tour.
Yeah.
Which was after...
Spread the title.
Yeah, which is after WrestleMania 9, but it's the last time Hogan will be here. But now they're going to do it every single place they go. It's the last time Cena's going to be here. Who's done that recently? AEW with Sting. Have they taken from that?
Yeah, and they're kind of doing it with Daniel Bryan a little bit, Bryan Danielson as well, aren't they? He's also announced it.
Yeah, but he's not going to be a full-time performer.
He's just announced that he's going part-time.
Pretty much, yeah.
Do you think the Bellas have anything to do with this?
Oh, the Bellas are the what the fuck did the Bellas do with Sting? John Laurinaitis, is that why Sting left? Because of you. What were you doing? Well,
just check out if you want to know what John Laurinaitis is doing, check out the Wrestling Fan Wrestling Show YouTube channel where you find a documentary.
Yeah, I think it's called The Man Behind the Monster.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, the monster being...
Johnny Ace. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, he's behind the
monster. He's the man.
He's the man behind the monster. Yeah, Johnny Ace.
I would have thought he's a monster as well. Should not be the monster behind the monster.
It could be.
Smaller monster behind a bigger monster.
Yeah, okay. We'll change the title.
Let's check that out.
Or not going to change the title. But John Cena, it makes you kind of nostalgic because, we were in our formative years with Jonathan. We grew up with John Cena. Mm-hmm. I remember his debut very, very well.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say watched, from a television perspective, like 80% of all his matches.
Do you think? Yeah.
Yeah, I would say so. Like, and that's keeping up to date with Raw and keeping up to date with SmackDown. And this isn't going to be like, oh, this run sucked or this run. And we have a lot of user and listener people messaging in and giving me their memories.
The listener people.
The listener people. Is that what they're the commenters?
Yeah.
Thanks for interacting. But
Dunphy Maniacs.
There's no Dunphy Maniacs.
That's a thing. That is a thing.
It's not a fucking thing. It's never going to be a thing.
Move. Sorry.
Right. John Cena. Where do we start? Did we start at the very beginning when we first came into our consciousness and that ruthless aggression?
And then we'll go chronological, bit by bit, match by match until everyone in the audience has fallen asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it that way.
Okay.
So yeah.
So he takes his right foot and he steps out, and then he takes his left foot and he steps out. And I was thinking about that left foot step.
Yeah, funny you should bring that up. I was also going to say that.
Well, he came out. He was very generic. He came out against Kurt Angle,
but we got to bring it back.
Okay, prototype.
Yeah, well, he's one of the OVW4.
Yeah. So the OVW4 being Batista, Randy Orton, Brock Lesnar, and
you got to exclude poor Shelton. For
I was about to say it's like it's 5, but
yeah,
and then Rico. Apparently, Rico was a big player down there.
Well, I think I thought OVW4 was an actual like I'm not excluding Shelton. I believe he has already been excluded in terms of people's memories of the OVW foursome.
Yeah, and Jim Cornette, he would have been the person putting
the main
there.
man.
Like when you look at the prototype and you look back on old promos of Cena, like he was a boss. He was a bodybuilder coming into it as well. A big Sting fan apparently when he was growing up. But he comes onto our screen.
Big Hogan fan.
Yeah, he comes onto our screen in like generic shorts, looks jacked as shit. And this is during a time maybe when you're seeing these type of people. You had your Mark Jindrak's around, you had your Sean O'Hare's around who got fucked over. Sean O'Hare.
Yeah.
So like he didn't really stand out, and apparently his head was on the chopping block very, very quickly.
Okay.
Until he started rapping one time.
On the bus with Rikishi and someone else?
Yeah, and Stephanie was like, Vanilla Ice.
Yeah.
Because he dressed up as Vanilla Ice at Halloween and stuff.
And we were saying this before the episode. You were saying that that's kind of how he started to get over and get kind of cool. And the irony of that, of course, is that Vanilla Ice was the least cool rapper of the late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah, I've had, now to be fair, to someone like me, Vanilla Ice was awesome because I love that Ninja Turtles movie where it's like, go ninja, go ninja, go. I used to sing that as a kid.
Yeah, okay.
That's a nice reference. And my only boxing fight ever, I came out to Ice Ice Baby.
Did you?
Yeah, I was called Shane Vanilla O'Keefe.
All right, well, that's... I mean, to be fair, you have a good, strong, deep connection to Vanilla Ice.
I do, yeah. And that's why I like John Cena initially.
Okay, well, I'm going to skip the dissing Vanilla Ice section.
Yeah, well, like...
It's going to go in 20 minutes there.
But, John Cena starts getting over it. He starts doing this rap. When you're young and you're seeing it and he's saying all these mad words, because we're not necessarily in the PG era at this stage.
Correct.
It's cool to see a character do that.
Yeah.
Even though some might say it's... Now looking back, it's a bit of cultural appropriation and stuff. But I really enjoyed the initial run of John Cena.
Yeah, it felt kind of his US title run, like that's part of it, or had you already lost?
No, I already liked him. I liked him beforehand. Like he had a run with he was with Bull Buchanan.
Yeah,
with B Squared.
B Squared.
I remember he came out like an Armageddon. He just rapped, and then I was like, where the fuck's B Squared gone now?
Yeah, B Squared B Squared replaced someone else. Was there someone? Was Rodney Mack involved?
With Teddy Long? No, I don't think so.
Is there someone else?
Mark Henry replaced Rodney Mack.
Yeah. Sorry, yeah. Rodney Mack replaced Jesus, did he?
No, Rodney Mack was Teddy Long's...
Do your research, Dunphy.
Rodney Mack was Teddy Long's protege.
Yeah.
And then that was replaced with Mark Henry after Rodney Mack wasn't getting over it.
Okay, I'm going to have to look this up, but I think Rodney Mack had some...
Maybe, I don't know. I'm not very nostalgic for Rodney Mack.
No, I'm a big fan.
Yeah, you're a big fan of Rodney Mack.
There's in work, there's an email thread that I'm on for the last year, some work thing that's been going on, and there's a guy on it called Rodney Jack. And every time I shout out to Rodney Jack, every time I see his name on the call, I always think about Rodney Mack.
Yeah.
So that's going on a year now, Shane.
And it never stops. Just constant Rodney Mack thoughts just popping into your head.
Anytime.
It's like a form of OCD. It's like, oh, hey, how you doing? Rodney Mack.
Rodney Mack.
But he had a vengeance, I think, against The Undertaker. And then when he really starts taking over is Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah.
He meets Eddie Guerrero.
Who doesn't take over when you meet Eddie Guerrero?
Yeah, like he meets Eddie Guerrero in the in the parking lot brawl.
Yeah.
And that was fucking amazing.
Yeah, ruthless aggression.
Yeah, it was brilliant. Like, and you know, I think working with someone like Eddie, it just brought the best out of Cena.
Yeah. But even though it brought the best out of him, he was still, like, very quickly after that, the fans start to turn on him. And
no, it wasn't that quickly, because he went on and he bet Big Show at WrestleMania 20.
Yeah, to win the US title.
Won the US title. He did the FU, as it was called back then, because he got that from his feud with Lesnar.
Yeah.
He had a small little feud with Lesnar. So he beats Big Show, and then he starts like feuding with Carlito.
Yes.
And that's when Jesus came along.
Lose the US title to Carlito.
Yeah, loses it, and Carlito's first on his debut.
On his debut.
And then Jesus stabs John Cena.
Can't be stabbing John Cena.
Off screen. You can't be doing it off screen.
If you're going to do it on air. But in a nightclub, he stabbed him in the abdomen. In the kidney.
It was some way. He was going off shooting the Marine for a month. But you know who it was meant to be instead of Jesus? This is
Rodney Mack.
No, but it's close to Rodney Jack.
Oh.
New Jack.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Did you hear that? New Jack was coming. Nah, man, New Jack against John Cena.
New Jack stabbing in a nightclub.
New Jack stabbing in a wrestling ring.
Is a bit obvious.
Is it too? Are we stereotyping?
Yeah. Is it too on the money?
Yeah. I would love to see New Jack in WWE.
Cena versus New Jack would have been the most insane matchup.
Back then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sick. Now it would be even sicker because New Jack is dead.
He's gone. Yeah. R.I.P. New Jack. But JBL then was starting to, he was percolating in the background. He was the world heavyweight champion. We get to the Royal Rumble. We're like, is it going to be Batista? Is it going to be John Cena? They had that really cool finish that they didn't mean. Mm-hmm. And Batista wins.
Yeah.
And that serviced the Raw side of things.
Yes. And Cena went on to Elimination Chamber and still got into the Mania.
Was there Elimination Chamber then? No, I don't think so.
Wasn't it?
No.
What was it?
There was no elimination. It was No Way. They went with No Way Out.
Yeah, sorry, the same paper.
They went with No Way Out. And Cena had won something, and it was like JBL and The Big Show, whoever would win would face Cena. And we all thought The Big Show was winning, only for that fucking awesome finish, and JBL wins. But you knew Cena and you knew Batista. It initially started as Randy Orton, but you knew fairly quickly after the Randy Orton failure that it was going to be Cena and Batista that were going to be crowned at WrestleMania 21.
Yeah.
And fans, I think, were still on his side. They had a very lackluster match at WrestleMania 21.
I have a feeling that during the JBL feud, there was murmurings of anti-Cena, but then it died down a little bit. But then it picks... Is it Jericho he goes into feud with? Oh, no, who's he?
No, I can go through it now in a sec, because I remember this very clearly.
Bit by bit.
Yeah, I remember, I loved JBL.
Yeah.
I didn't. I loved to hate him. He was a prick, but you won't be cheering him. And I remember...
No, because he's a real heel.
Yeah, I remember genuinely enjoying John Cena as a babyface. Sure, I was only, 13 or 14 or whatever. And I remember genuinely enjoying the rapping stuff, and it was funny.
Yeah.
And that was really new, and it was really interesting. And he goes up against JBL, has a lackluster match at WrestleMania 21, beats JBL, feuds with JBL then for another while. Mm-hmm. And it has that I Quit match. He's pouring blood. And
is that when he brought in the STFU?
I don't know. He had the lead pipe, and he was going to hit him with the lead pipe, and Bradshaw said, I quit. Then he gets drafted to Raw.
Yeah.
And this is where it kind of starts going down. He feuds with Chris Jericho.
Yes.
At SummerSlam. And if Jericho loses, Jericho retires.
Yeah. And
Jericho's a fan favorite.
Jericho was a heelish fan favorite though, but the fans definitely sided with Jericho during this, 100%.
So Jericho, and he beats Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
And then the big mistake that they made is his next feud was Kurt Angle. Mm. Now, Kurt Angle was a fucking machine. He's my favorite wrestler of all time. Kurt Angle in 2005 was fucking on another level. Every year, Kurt Angle, he's improved, on another level.
Doubled up, double down.
He's on a completely other level. And it got so bad for John Cena, because we're now a good few months, 6-7 months into his reign. It got so bad for John Cena that Kurt Angle came out and was like, I just don't like black people.
Yeah.
I think the best country in the world is France. If I could tap anyone out, I'd tap Jesus.
And the fans said, "We love you, Kurt.
Yeah, he was like,
Fuck you, Cena."
no matter what I say, people are going to cheer me. So whose fault is that? Is that
That's the bookers. Like you gotta. That's Vince's fault. Like Vince, everybody in the world, every fan that was out there could see that Cena was beginning to get stale. Like that's what it is. It's just stale. Like it happens with every wrestler. You start white meat babyface, little run, turn heel, try get like you may fail at that point, or you might get over. Fans will start to enjoy you, find you entertaining. Pull the trigger at some point, go face again. Go for a while, get stale.
They've done that with everyone else.
Yeah.
Like, why wouldn't they do it with John Cena? Is it like, did they not have enough baby faces?
Well, they didn't do well. You said they did it with everyone else. They didn't do it with Reigns.
Yeah,
for
but
a long time.
that's years later. What I'm saying, like that.
Up until this point.
Yeah, you had Rock, you had Foley was a heel and became a face. You know,
Yeah, well, Vince didn't turn Hogan. He should have turned Hogan.
That's true, but it's a different time period as well.
Yeah,
like
I
when
know,
you've
but-
had so much success with people like
And he
The
turned
Rock.
well. He probably as well. He turned Austin, and people didn't. So he didn't turn Hogan. He did turn Austin. People didn't really feel it was the right thing to do. So maybe he second guessed himself and said,
And that was only, 4 years earlier?
yeah. And Cena is now moving into the position of being the face of the company. Cena is an unbelievable public speaker. Cena represents the company probably as good as anyone you could dream of.
Even back then, like, was he not dropping his rap album and stuff? And
Yeah, but he was still doing those interviews. He was still
I was
beginning the Make-A-Wish stuff as well.
I went to Raw in the Point, the 3 Arena, and it was during this time. It was right after Eddie passed away, actually, and it was my first ever event, and everyone was all for Kurt Angle, like in the main event. And Angle had Daivari, and Daivari was only after coming off being like Muhammad Hassan's manager, and you're just like,
Yeah.
this, like, how is this not working?
Flash forward to 3 years later, roughly, I'm also in the Trina Arena, and the main event is John Cena versus Jack Swagger. And Jack Swagger won a battle royal to main event this. He's a mid-carder.
Yeah.
He's a heel. And everyone in the audience are going, "Let's go, Swagger."
It starts getting fucking nuclear.
It was crazy. So that was 3 years later,
But
and they still hadn't turned
Was
him.
that a problem of WWE not having a good enough heel to rival him?
But we were kind of like, okay, there's probably other factors as well. So we're all now growing older. So a lot of the fans are growing older. They're about to pull the trigger on the PG thing as well. But we're going older. We're kind of seeing through a lot of these characters. The heels, as you get older, the heels become more entertaining as well. So if their audience is aging, the product does need to do something to match that.
Is wrestling kind of cyclical in a
yeah,
way?
it is.
Where
And we're at the end of the cycle.
So then does it just start again and you have to get a new bunch of kids for the next 15
100%.
years?
And wait till we're old enough to be dads and bring those kids.
So we aged out.
We aged out, I think, potentially.
But like, should they have not have pivoted like WCW did when they brought in Hogan? Like, so Hogan was...
Oh, no. But see, I'm saying we aged out, but if they turned him heel, we would have still been along for the ride. But by not turning him heel, we aged out. We're not going to keep sitting there watching that.
Yeah, like going through that.
And then it led to the decline.
Like they bring in Edge, right? And the Edge does the Money in the Bank cash in and does his live sex celebration. They have a 3-week run for Edge, transitional champion. Cena wins it back. Like,
and there was a lot of hot potato stuff to the title as well.
Yeah, and a lot of people were. I think I was dumbfounded when Edge won, but I was interested to go, oh, nice, they're going this direction with it.
Yeah.
But Edge is out of the picture now, and Mania 22 is Triple H versus John Cena.
Yeah. And Cena, people were cheering Triple H at this time as well.
Yeah, like, what? This is your hottest babyface. But then again, the kids fucking loved him.
Yeah.
And there were certain guys in school that loved him.
But they played for that as well. And like, Vince is at this point more, he's thinking about money than he is about entertaining wrestling. So he's thinking about toys, he's thinking about representation, all the stuff I spoke about earlier about, Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Like, there's more money in bringing your kids to a show than me and you going together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because there's more people literally buying tickets.
Yeah.
You don't get key concessions.
And buying merch.
And buying merch, yeah. Like, I'll go up to a WWE event and I'll be like, no, maybe not today. But the kids want it.
And what kind of merch you get with for Cena? You get the wristbands, you get the hat, you get this T-shirt, you get the little flag thing that he brings out at the start. Cena's a merch machine. And
like but they were also kind of doing things for us as well, because they had just come off One Night Stand.
Yeah.
We were like, oh my God, this is what wrestling could be.
Yeah.
TNA.
But that's the peak of there's a moment there as well where they could have leaned into it. You know, like One Night Stand, they're throwing the T-shirt or whatever.
Yeah, well, that's One Night Stand 2.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, One Night Stand 2. That is. Jesus
with Rob Van Dam. That's what I'm saying. We're coming back off ECW. Masato Tanaka and Mike Awesome kicking the ever living fuck out of each other, right?
Yeah.
And you're having TNA putting on unbelievable matches. You have AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, and Chris Daniels all at their peak. Forget about Jeff Jarrett, but it's just doing amazing things. And then you have John Cena in a main event of a pay-per-view and you're like, meh. He's also at this time, he's only doing those 4 or 5 moves. The 5 moves of Doom.
Yeah, so like he's doing that on repeat to the point where at One Night Stand 2, the fans start booing him for all just doing the 5 moves of Doom. So Cena starts throwing in a few extra moves and the fans go, you still suck.
You still suck. Yeah. But like One Night Stand, that was made so great because he leaned into it a bit.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh,
yeah,
this is what it could be. And I really liked that show. And I loved that RVD got the win on that. But then we just go back to the same Cena.
Yeah. It always felt like they were really close with it. And then they went back again.
Yeah. Like I think it was a table lad. He has some great matches in his back catalogue.
Yeah,
like his table ladders and chairs match with Edge in Montreal, I think it was, or Toronto, where he fucking AA's Edge off the ladder and went through 2 tables. So I remember watching that with friends, being like, "Oh, for fuck's sake, though, come on, do something with him," because he never, as we were evolving, he never did. He stayed the same. He's still that jort wearing guy preaching hustle, loyalty, and respect with his corny T-shirts. Yeah. And like it just never seemed to change.
Yeah, he kind of started to look like Hans Moleman did when he's dressed as a kid in the hallway and going.
Even at that age, though, you know what I mean? And he was a fucking unit.
Yeah, he was a unit.
But like, just knowing what he was before and what he could be, I think that for marks like us, and I'm willing to admit, like I look way too much into like not just what I see on the screen. You look into the behind the stage stuff.
Yeah, and you realize he's getting booked. It's like Super Cena. Cena wins.
Exactly. Like, you realize that the machine is behind him now at this stage, and everything is just going to be catered towards him.
And it becomes predictable.
Yeah. So much so.
Yeah.
And it's not enjoyable to watch.
And even when he loses, you still feel he's protected in the losses, or you feel he's just going to win it back.
Yeah.
So there was never even a feeling of, oh fuck, like maybe with the exception of something like Sheamus beating him, where it kind of came out of the blue, where you're like, oh, they're doing something here, but no, he wins it back.
He wins it back. Like I remember, like great matches. Like thinking about Umaga.
Yeah.
That last man standing match was up there with one of my favorite matches of all time. And then he
took the undefeated streak. If you look at some of his feats, I know he's won all those titles, whatever, but some of the feats are really interesting as well. Like he's first guy, I think, was he first to fail with the cash in and Money in the Bank?
Was he? I thought it was Baron Corbin no, that was Damien Sandow, wasn't it?
I think Cena failed. I thought he was the first. Maybe I'm wrong. Shortest tag title reign as well, him and The Miz in the lead up to their Mania feud. They won the tag titles and lost it within a couple of seconds. First man to
fucking Vince McMahon.
Book a Mania match 1 year in advance.
Oh, like there's so many things about him that I will get into. But all I can just remember from that time is, even though he was putting on great matches, was just fucking corny ass repetitive nature.
Yeah. Was he putting on great matches though?
Like Shawn Michaels WrestleMania 23 and then the Raw after they went an hour.
Yeah.
Unbelievable match.
Yeah, it was good. I don't know if I enjoyed it. Weirdly at the time, I don't think I appreciated it. For me, Cena, I'm skipping ahead here, so you can pull me back if you want, but for me, Cena didn't really become interesting until Punk and Nexus and that type of era of Cena, which is way, way, way down the line.
Yeah, we're in 07 now.
Yeah, like that's 6 years
he goes
later.
on, I think he feuds with Khali. He has a WrestleMania 24.
Beats Khali.
I think a WrestleMania 24 match. He has a triple
This
threat.
is his world heavyweight title run.
Yeah. And then we're coming up into 08.
Yeah.
And he's after getting...
It's Orton time then, isn't it?
Yeah, 08 is 2004 where he has the triple threat. But you cannot... He tore his pec and came back at that Royal Rumble.
Which was cool.
And I popped fucking hard.
Yeah.
I remember just being like, oh my God. Yeah. Fuck.
Yeah, it was cool for 15 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was. Like, I watched that pop.
Why though?
We love pops.
Was it the actual wrestling fan in us allowing our markness to fucking sit back and just be like, for a second, we transported?
No, we are transported. It's the impossibility of it all. Cena had torn his pec. He was back in 2 months or something. It was meant to be a 6-month injury. It was.
You weren't fucking rooting for him though when they came down to the final too.
But you also thought Triple H was definitely winning it. Look, we know, we're thinking, who else could this be? Like, there's no one else really that can win it. Maybe a surprise, but they're not going to like bring in someone to go main event WrestleMania. Yeah. So like it could be like a nostalgic surprise, but not someone who actually could change.
Give me Papa Shango. Give me Papa Shango.
Someone like that would be fun, but wouldn't win it. So Cena coming out, you're just like, oh, I just booked WrestleMania. Now I have to rebook it in my head. This is amazing.
That's what I'm saying though, but like, it's the fan in you actually allowing to come out instead of like we get caught up.
And it was MSG as well, real short entrance, and the camera angle is class,
and his little smug face, and you're like, that's
cool.
That
was cool. Yeah, I enjoyed that.
Yeah, but you wanted him to lose then, ultimately. Then
I wanted him to win that Rumble actually, because Triple H, just no thanks.
It went on to be Edge and Taker as the main event with, I think, Edge and not Edge. Who was it? Was it Big Show and Batista and Cena?
WrestleMania
24.
Yeah.
Was it Big Show, Batista and Cena? Or Big Show, or...
It's not Triple H and Cena?
At 24.
I can't remember. See, all those merge in. Triple H, Orton, Cena, I feel like they were in every WrestleMania for 4 years.
I think it was a triple threat.
Was it?
That went on. And he had a few like triple threats in there. Maybe Batista faced Umaga. I don't know. It does start to merge though when he's not on top.
Mm. But even when he's not on top, you feel like he's only not on top because he decides, like, it's all, you always think of backstage when you think of Cena about like someone is pushing him, the machine.
But that's our fault though, isn't it?
Like, you don't do it with other wrestlers.
You don't do it with other mediums though.
Yeah, I don't even do it with Reigns. Like, even Reigns' really long reign.
No, I did it with Reigns.
Did you? I was like, I kind of don't mind him being the champion forever.
I was like actively hate watching
Reigns, the bloodline.
No, the initial Reigns, Suffer and Succotash.
Oh, that stuff. No. So I'm talking about like the machine. Obviously, Reigns is booked to be the longest reigning champ of all time, and obviously backstage, he's been pushed as that. But you don't your head. You don't break the fourth wall with that. Like, you're allowing your disbelief to be suspended still. So it doesn't work the same way as it did with Cena, where you always thought Vince just is going to put Cena back. It's just a placeholder champion until Cena wants it back again.
He's wrestled 16 different WrestleMania matches.
Phones are out.
Yeah, I need to know the WrestleMania 2024 fucking main event. Jesus Christ.
Did it not go from the Rumble where he knocks out Triple H to them feuding?
No, I don't think so.
I think he got... Oh, didn't he? Oh, no, he won the Rumble and he weirdly cashed in his shot to win the his title shot again at the No Way Out or Elimination Chamber.
Did he?
Yeah, he didn't wait until Mania.
That doesn't seem fucking... We should know this.
That's what he did.
WrestleMania 24, we're going on it. Someone's screaming at the screen now, just been like, yeah, it was a triple threat.
Get off your phones.
It was a triple threat. It was Randy Orton and Triple H.
Yeah, but how did he get there?
How did he get there? John Cena won the 2008 Royal Rumble, but he used the WWE against Randy Orton.
Oh, against Orton, yeah.
Orton retained via disqualification, and Triple H won the...
So then he went triple threat.
Yeah, went to triple threat.
So yeah, I was right. Everything merged into Triple H, Orton, and Cena.
And then the next year...
in this case, they all merged together.
And then the next year, this is where I was getting confused, because there was another triple threat. You had Edge and Big Show. That's what I was saying, Big Show.
All right.
But that's he wasn't really even... He wasn't main eventing Manias then, though.
Well, I mean, he kind of is. Like he won the Rumble, for God's sake.
Yeah, I know, but like Mania 24 was main evented by Taker and Edge. 25 was main evented by Orton and Triple H.
But they obviously didn't think.
26 was Shawn Michaels and Undertaker.
But in that instance, he came back much sooner than they thought he'd come back. So they'd probably pushed another feud in there as to replace the fact that Cena's not coming back. Then he's like, actually, guys, I'm going to be ready for the Rumble, it seems like. So they're like, oh shit, well, if Cena's ready, we have to use him.
There's mad accusations about how he got ready for it as well.
Are you thinking
allegations?
Juice?
That's what's been. That's what
Juice Robinson.
Juice Robinson. He got Juice Robinson up for it.
What?
That's what they've been saying.
Jeez. Juice. Yeah. Okay. So where are we now? 2009. Rock.
Yeah, we're kind of looking at. No, the Rock isn't really around. He has that Nexus thing.
Nexus is.
He fucking nuked the Nexus.
Nexus is post Rock, isn't it?
Is it 2010?
Because it goes Miz, and then you get into the Rock stuff.
Yeah, he has Batista at WrestleMania 26.
Yeah,
that's the last Batista's around until WrestleMania 30.
That's okay.
It was a great Batista run.
Yeah, I'm alright with that.
And arguably, John Cena and Batista should have headlined the WrestleMania.
Yeah, OVW2.
Would you do
as they're called?
Would you do that over Shawn and Undertaker at WrestleMania 26? Not a title match.
Is that Shawn Undertaker 1?
No, 2.
No.
You'd put Shawn Undertaker number 2 as
main event.
Main event.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Even though it's not a title match.
Yeah.
It should have been main event WrestleMania 25.
Just because it's Cena Batista.
Exactly. Randy Orton and Triple H, no, but Cena Batista, I'd put that main event.
Would you?
Yeah, I think that should have been a main event. You're looking at the two guys that got the
boring for me.
baton passed to him in 21, 5 years beforehand. They were going to be the big guys, and now you have a chance to be like, look at what we've done. These are our big guys.
The fans are shitting it.
You think so?
Yeah.
Why would they? They cheer Batista, even though he was the heel.
So you put that on after Shawn, and you put that on, like such a boring after Shawn and Undertaker. You're putting that on then. I think it'd be
hard to come back from.
Yeah.
You look around the Orton and Triple H.
Yeah, I just think it'd be.
But
and I'd say them as performers would be like, I think I'm okay, guys. I think we'll go.
But the people cheering,
open the show with it.
The people cheering Batista, like that's the problem.
Yeah,
the problem is they're cheering your fucking heel because. See, it's such a weird dynamic, and that's his legacy is.
But it also becomes cool to do that. So like, there's certain fans that will just do that.
Let's go Cena sucks.
Yeah, which is fun for a while, and then it happens with every wrestling trope.
That's because everyone thought that we're saying those things. Legitimately thought those things. Like I thought John Cena sucked.
Yeah, but they continue for too long, so it's like
it becomes part of the show.
Yeah, but then it becomes really annoying part of it. Like that.
What?
That's the exact example I was going for. Yeah.
I hate fans giving out about that though. Online.
The what thing?
Yeah.
What?
It's annoying.
What?
No, you have to do the Austin voice. What?
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 You see people giving out about that online. Like,
I don't like it.
Oh, Maria May just got the what chance. Oh, I hate this crowd. Well, maybe she should change her cadence.
Fair point, but sometimes that what thing happens when I actually want to listen to what they're saying.
Yeah, but say what you want.
Yeah, no, I mean that is.
It is like imagine, and we'll get to that stage. I hate when people chop and everyone goes woo.
I don't mind that.
Yeah, but you will get to that stage because Ric Flair is problematic to people, and you know what I mean. So you're like, oh no, we can't be doing that.
Yeah, but he's also the greatest performer of all time, arguably. So
16-time world champion.
Woo.
Tied with John Cena.
I thought you had a Ric Flair t-shirt on tonight.
No, I did. It wasn't Ric Flair. It was
you were in my jumper.
No, did you have this as well?
I have that jumper.
It's cozy.
I think I definitely had it first.
It also backs up as a pajamas.
Yeah, did you sleep in that today?
Yeah, I had a nap. A little snooze.
Did you?
Yeah.
Post?
Busy man. I still haven't even watched Dynamite.
Same, no spoilers.
I heard it was great. No spoilers there.
Yeah, we heard Dynamite was great. Clip that.
Yeah. For all you fucking AEW nerds.
Not the Dunphy though. Dunphy, you think what you want to think. Free thinkers.
No, don't. They're probably all racist like Hulkamaniacs.
Audible jaw drop.
Yeah.
Can you put in, Matthew, can you put in a little sound effect for that?
Yeah,
please?
Thanks, Matthew. He's not going to. He doesn't even watch it when he's editing that. Do you, Matthew? No, see, he's not even here. Getting back to John Cena and the Cena Nation.
Yeah.
I fucking hate that.
Dunphy Nation.
I hate that. Shut the fuck up, Dunphy. Shut the fuck up. You don't have a group of followers.
I have a nation of followers.
You don't have a group of followers.
Where should I have been?
What?
Where'd you have been for 3 weeks?
I don't know. You've been fucking
With the nation.
galvanizing a fucking crew, is
With
it?
the nation. Yeah, I have actually, yeah.
Galvanizing the Dunphy crew.
Yeah.
And what are you going to do?
We're going to take on...
Kieran Riot.
We're going to make a big deal about something.
You're a fucking JOB squad.
We're going to
You're a fucking JOB squad. Actually, they're too cool. You're Mean Street Posse.
I actually liked the Mean Street Posse.
I knew you fucking did.
Yeah, I did. Pete Gas is my favourite.
I was about to say the big Pete Gas head on you.
Yeah, that's okay. That's a compliment. That's a fucking compliment.
Joey Abs, Pete Gas, Shane O'Mac.
And Rodney.
Rodney, yeah.
Rodney Mack.
Yes, continuity. I love it. Fuck you, actually. I don't like you at all, and you're Cena or your Dunphy Nation.
Yeah, well, they exist. Anyway,
You shouldn't. Where were we?
yes, it should. We're just talking about
WrestleMania 26, Batista and John Cena.
Yep.
We have that, like, in between that, we have that ever fucking long Randy Orton, John Cena. Like, you can't talk about John Cena without talking about his big feuds. Randy Orton and Edge were probably the two
Punk.
ones. Yeah, Punk is later, but were probably the two that really stood out.
You just named two, and then I named one, and then I get.
Punk is later. We're at WrestleMania 26.
So you're saying the feud's up until this point?
Yeah.
Okay.
Edge, good heel.
Angle?
No, because
You don't count Angle.
it was at the start, and it kind of was at the precipice of all this fuck you Cena shit.
Well, it was both. I would say if you think about top influences, top when you associations of Cena's career, like performers, I would say Punk, Edge, Orton, and Angle would have to be in there because he was there for the debut and for that really,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I get that. I just don't think the rivalry is as strong.
No,
as
it's not as those.
like with him and Edge. Like Edge bet the show of his dad, John Cena Senior,
former wrestling announcer as well.
and he was it Big Bunny John or something, or Big Bunny. He used to call himself some weird name. Bet the show of his dad. No one cared. No one liked John Cena or his dad. Randy Orton, that just seemed to go on forever.
Yeah.
They kept going to that well.
Yeah.
I remember they had the match at Payback.
It's a deep well.
2009, great fucking theme song for that. Letters from the Sky by Civil Twilight. What a fucking theme song.
Give us a few bars.
One of these days, letters are gonna fall from the sky, and I know, so go free. But until that day, I'll find a way to let everybody know that you're coming back. Ooh, you're coming back for me.
Yeah, that's
And they had like an I Quit match, or I don't know. Fucking, he's so many matches.
yeah. I think
He was so annoying back then.
so. We move from that to
Nexus
yes, no,
or Miz.
and then Rock, and then Rock, Punk, Nexus-y stuff.
Yeah. So okay. So wait, no.
Miz, go
When's
Miz. Go,
WrestleMania 27? That's 2011, right?
yeah, Miz.
So the Nexus 2010. So he fucking nukes the Nexus in between that.
He nukes Nexus before the Miz. How does that timeline work? Okay, let's just assume it. Oh yeah, of course he does because no.
Yeah. WrestleMania 27, he goes up against the Miz.
Yes.
WrestleMania 26 goes up against Batista.
Okay, so let's say the Miz. The lead into the Miz. How did that match? Miz knocked Cena out of the Royal Rumble
Didn't Miz cash in?
to win his title. He did cash in
Yeah.
on Orton, and then Miz is the champ. So he knocks Cena. Him and Cena were having this kind of like fucking ratty kind of. It was a shitty feud, ratty kind of
Edge won the
back
Rumble.
and forth. Edge won the Rumble, but Miz distracted Cena to knock him out. And then somehow Cena, did he win Elimination Chamber or something?
I don't know.
Somehow ended up in the world
But
title
before
match.
that was the Nexus. And this is what someone has messages in. One, Mr. Johnny Mortz, because sadly couldn't be here. Him and Morrow just couldn't face you after abandoning us.
Thanks for the t-shirt, John.
Yeah, that you were giving out about, which is fucking mad. But he said, I will never forgive him for
Me.
you. Yeah, he will never forgive you. But he says his worst memory was when he nuked the Nexus in 2010.
Yeah. And that was his choice.
Yeah, that was pretty. Like, I remember reading Chris Jericho's book, and he was like, why are we
Yes.
getting the win here? It doesn't make sense.
And Cena said it does make sense.
And like, he was after
That's all he said. Like,
and he was after getting like a fucking DDT onto concrete, came back in like nothing happened, beat Justin Gabriel, beat Wade Barrett,
yeah.
then joined the Nexus and was a tag team champion with David Otunga.
So he eliminated most of the Nexus in the Royal Rumble, but then Miz eliminated him, and then Cena won the Elimination Chamber to fight the Miz.
There you go.
But yeah, prior to that was all that. Jesus Christ!
It all
the
starts
Nexus
blended.
Sorry, the reason that blends in for me is because I forgot. I'm like, how does Punk get involved in the Nexus then? But obviously, it's exactly after Mania that Punk and Cena start feuding, and Mason Ryan,
yeah, who looks like Batista.
yeah.
The Welsh fucking monster.
Yes, he interrupts the match, and then he joins. It's revealed he's joining the Nexus. So we'd already gone through the Wade Barrett stuff with Cena, him beating the Nexus. It's such a terrible,
such a dumb move.
That was such a fucking great summer of crack with the Nexus.
And they always seems to be this lightning bolt every fucking year, because we'll see it the next year in 2011. It's not John Cena's fault this time. Svina. But yeah, you're just like, what the fuck? Now I know wins and losses have to happen in wrestling, and not all the time you get the story that makes sense, because you're going to need twists and turns. But like, just for this was endemic of what, if you need to know why us fans did not like fucking John Cena, that was exactly it. He always came out on top. He got fucking DDT'd onto concrete, came back, bet Justin Gabriel, bet Wade fucking Barrett. And like, you know,
it is weird. I really found that surprising. I remember reading the same reports that Cena had him and Barrett or whatever, and they're chatting about the match, who's going over, and he's like, yeah, no, we're going over, definitely. It's going to be John Cena wins the match. And they're like, why? So he's like, it just makes sense. But that really, like, it actually still doesn't make sense. I feel like Cena's,
this was their first match,
but I feel Cena is smart enough to have known that. It's like, so I still cannot see where the logic is, because you don't hear that much else with other times with Cena. I know he's Super Cena, but you don't see him doing a Hogan and going, that doesn't work for me, brother. Yeah, like you don't see that with Cena that much. That seems like an outlier.
Yeah, because you can't see him.
There we go. That was how long were you waiting to pull that in?
That was an all-timer line.
If Morrow was here, he would have laughed, because he laughs at everything you do.
Yeah, well, he's a gentleman.
Yeah, I had a podcast with him.
How did that go?
Went really well for a while.
Yeah, for a while. Then down the Swanee. Why'd you walk off of that one too?
Yep.
Did you not laugh at any cool Morrow jokes? I'd laugh at Morrow jokes. He made a really good joke about when you were in Kerry.
He stole it.
And we were like, is he down there for wrestling? And he said, yeah, Helio Rey Mysterio's training him. And I was like,
that's why
this guy's funny, and I actually invited him down
last week.
I actually invited him down to the Kilkenny Comedy Club and to do a set down there, because I know you know when you're friends with someone and they're like, you should do stand up comedy. That's what I said to him.
I don't know where we go from here.
Do you want to get back into John Cena stuff?
I wouldn't mind, because it'll distract me from my heartbreaking right now.
Yeah, well, just it was a good joke. Is all. I'm very pleased.
Okay. CM Punk.
Yeah, so CM Punk, he has a good heel to go up against. But then again, everyone will fucking love Punk.
Yeah, so, everyone loved Punk. And Punk, I said it earlier, this is kind of where I don't mind Cena that much. I'm old enough now to just not give a shit. And he's with
that's
Punk.
That's because he's losing, though.
But it's edgier.
Like, let's talk about this WrestleMania 27 main event before that. It was dog shit.
The Miz one.
With the Miz, it was dog shit. Probably up there is the worst main event of all time.
Not true. Exaggeration.
Oh no, Randy Orton and Triple H probably was one of my most hated. But like, it's a bad main event.
It's a bad main event, but like, I don't mind it as much as other people.
And then he's coming in and he goes up against he somehow wins the title back. Goes up against Punk. Punk fucks off.
Yeah.
He's in against Rey Mysterio for the world title. Yeah. Punk comes back.
Wins it. Then they have to unify it at SummerSlam. Ooh, Del Rio cashes in.
Yeah. And you're like, what the after Kevin Nash comes out.
Yeah, but you have to remember, leading into this, there's a moment where Cena is lying in the ring while Punk fucking takes the
the pipe on.
Yeah, I think that's that's a good scene. That's the generous John Cena lying in the ring, giving him his moment. Doesn't get up, doesn't fucking make smarky faces or talk back or do anything else. He just sits there and takes it. And
that's what we've been fucking doing, sitting there and taking it, watching this shit. R_N80 just said, I fucking hate that awful STFU. Like, that's what we had to watch. John Cena, never putting any pressure on. Fucking doing that STFU and just holding it there. Never fucking cranking back, making it look like it hurt.
Yeah.
And you could just see through that shit.
Yeah, I don't... Yeah.
And apparently he's a lovely guy. Irish Wrestle Talk, big shout out to them. Do some great interviews. They said he was the king of Make-A-Wish. So that's why they wouldn't turn him. And he didn't want to turn him.
Yeah, and look, I think that's pretty fucking cool that he did so many Make-A-Wish stuff. I think that's a nice thing to do. It's a nice gesture from John Cena. So I'm not going to discredit the man for being good to children.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know why you're so anti-children.
I'm composing myself now. Don't you do my camera look. Don't you do my camera look. For the people that are just listening, don't you fuck it. They're my cameras. Do not wink at them. Oh, God. Yeah, like, is it just selfish of us just to want the character, though? Like, this is another problem that we've talked about before. It's why can't we separate the two? Why can't we separate a bad character from a fucking... I suppose because kids are seeing him. I don't know.
Like
if Heath Ledger back then walked into fucking, doing a Make-A-Wish or whatever, kids would be able to go, he's not the Joker.
He's got his own kids to worry about without fucking bringing Heath Ledger into the Make-A-Wish.
Yeah.
No, Heath Ledger. I mean Heath Slater.
Yeah, Heath Slater, that dastardly heel, Heath
with
Slater.
All his kids.
Yeah, with all his kids.
He comes in.
No, but like if a villain in a TV show or a movie showed up at Make-A-Wish, the kids would be able to make the distinction, wouldn't they? Maybe not, I don't know.
But there's also a case that there is no distinction between the John Cena you see. Because you hear the descriptions from the Bellas about Cena and how
he looked like a dick in that whole
quite controlling. Stuff about making people tidy their rooms when they stay over with him, like real military type stuff. He just doesn't come across like a cool dude. He comes across like everything is like, he kind of comes across like a sociopath in some ways in terms of his.
And that's the character we wanted to see, sociopath Cena.
Yeah, but
that'd be fucking great. I want the John Cena that comes out and goes, "We killed Osama bin Laden." I want that go ultra military on it.
Just come out. They did. I mean, they did the fucking.
No, I want him coming out on TV explaining how many bombs were dropped by the US every fucking month.
Christ.
That's what he's doing.
Well, that is a heelish move.
Yeah, we dropped 17 bombs this week.
Well, see, no, it's heelish move outside of. I think within America that would probably get over. And
yeah, who fucking cares about Kosovo?
But they had obviously the tribute for the troops thing was basically a Cena.
Well, it was this tribute show.
JBL idea, but it was all about Cena. Troops love that shit.
So we're building up. Then he has CM Punk. CM Punk.
No Punk Cena main event at Mania though. We get Rock again.
We get Rock and then get Rock the year after.
Yeah, 2 Rocks.
I didn't care for this.
Rock 2.
Because they tag against Miz and R-Truth at Survivor Series.
Yeah, which is shite. But I think Rock winning the first one was interesting. I thought.
And that photo of Cena kind of just almost Cody-esque.
Yeah. Almost whingy, self-entitled, spoilt, kind of ruined, the industry's kind of ruined him a little bit. And then Cena looked like he betrayed AEW in that moment.
And then he challenges The Rock.
Challenged him again.
I want to fight you again in a year.
1 year's time, buddy. Let's do it. And then you're thinking backstage, surely some backstage going, no.
Yeah, you
don't get to decide that. You don't get to decide that.
But then again, it's more kind of following the vein of boxing and UFC going, we're going to meet now in X amount of months.
But imagine in a year, fights probably don't, like injuries, all sorts of shite get in the way. So it is a risky strategy.
His abdomen in that match as well. I didn't really care for Rock Cena.
Yeah, same.
There was more interesting things happening on the card. Once again, that's just me being a big mark. Darren Burns' message saying, love to hate Cena at the time, but always recognise we were witnessing a legendary run.
You see, I don't think I ever. It's nostalgic recognition now when I think about that. Definitely at the time, I did not.
I think he did a lot for himself. We'll touch up on it in the years coming. But in WrestleMania 30, he just went off the boil again for me.
30 is against who?
Bray.
Yeah. Covered in the Wrestling Fan Wrestling Show Bray Wyatt documentary. You should check it out.
Yeah, we have a JBL one coming soon too.
It's a good plug there for Shane's documentary.
Thanks. Are you going to do one?
Yeah.
You did Grave Consequences.
Yeah.
The Undertaker one.
Yeah.
Go check that out on the Wrestling Fan Wrestling Show. You see Dunphy's writing in all its splendour and glory.
Thanks, Shane.
We liked each other before we started doing wrestling.
Just to turn that red light comes on, red mist comes over me.
Yeah, that's because you're getting challenged on your shitty ideas for wrestling.
Why would you bring me on then?
I don't know. There was no one else around.
Give me a t-shirt.
Yeah. You're the hangman of the quadruple bypass.
I'm the hangman.
Yeah, John Martin has diverticulitis, so he's Kenny Omega.
Okay.
Me and Morrow are the old bucks. And you're hangman, so you come and go as you please.
Okay.
Depending on what AEW wants to book.
I'm okay with hangman.
Yeah, I thought you would be.
There was worse options.
Yeah, I don't know if you listened to the last few podcasts.
I did. I got called Cutler, I think.
Yeah, I know. I called you hangman, but I also said I didn't like hangman.
You did, to be fair. So I appreciate it.
I actually don't mind hangman.
Yeah. Sound.
Yeah.
Who are you talking about here?
We're talking about John Cena.
Let's go. Let's go.
Do you look? I don't look. Darren loved to hate Cena at the time, but always recognized we were witnessing a legendary wrestler. I don't look back on that time fondly.
No.
As a wrestling fan, I look back on that time of going, I'm fucking give me Kurt Angle and Samoa Joe at Lockdown 2008 kicking shit out of each
Give
other.
me NXT. Thank you for giving me NXT.
Yeah, well, NXT, yeah. Fucking that starts coming into fruition, and you're just like, all right, this is my thing now.
Yeah. Now the people who were the kids are now the adults.
Finally getting catered to.
And we got money. We can buy shit.
Yeah.
Like this fucking piece of shit t-shirt.
We thought long and hard before giving that to you.
We.
Yeah.
It's ye versus me.
I tried to fit it. It didn't fit me. I'm too big.
You're going through this table.
I'm too big, beefy boy.
I'm making a prediction. For the year is out, you're going through this table.
I'm not going through no table. I'll just say, Morrow, get the tables, and then we'll fucking Tony Khan driver you.
Do that, won't he? Yeah. Lapdog.
Yeah, like he wins against Bray.
Yes.
And
should he have won against Bray?
No, that's one of the most disappointing moments. And that whole feud is one of the most disappointing feuds for me, because I really enjoyed the Bray Wyatt character. It was his first WrestleMania. He needed a big win, and he didn't get it.
No. And Cena should have given it to him.
Cena should have.
Yeah.
I think and then Cena goes on. So they do that they still have that feud. Cena beats all three Wyatts in like some DQ match. They have the kid appear singing, he's got the whole world. And like the feud going into this was excellent. It was trying to get John Cena not being a hero to all the kids and stuff. It was kind of like leaning upon our notions of what John Cena was, and it was really interesting.
And but that is Bray. Bray is the brainchild behind that.
And then Cena wins again.
Yep.
And you're just like, he won the world title again. You're just like, oh, fuck this, man.
So when does Cena, so where are we now? 2013? 2014. So we got, we're 8 more years here before he announces his retirement.
Yeah. Well, he's not really 100% active.
And it all blurs into...
It does, doesn't it? Yeah. It all just becomes too similar. There's so many fucking Randy Orton matches. He has a TLC match with Randy Orton that unifies the titles and all that kind of stuff. And then he's in the US title stuff with Rusev.
Yeah.
And it's the whole Americana stuff. And then this is when Cena starts pulling out some fucking cool shit. The Kevin Owens t-shirt that you're just throwing over. Kevin Owens starts coming in. Sami Zayn starts coming in.
Yeah, that's
when
cool.
he lost to Kevin Owens, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, he's putting him over.
This is amazing. This is what we wanted. But if he had lost to Bray the years before, would it have made as much...
of course. Cena.
Really?
Yeah, if he lost to Bray.
If he had previously lost to Bray...
Yeah.
Would he have...
would it have mattered?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course it would have. She lost to Sheamus. It didn't make any difference. He would have beaten Bray.
Yeah, we've talked about the Sheamus.
Yeah, like he would have beaten Bray practically immediately afterwards.
Bypass, our good friend Bypass, Ryan Bypass.
Shout out, yeah.
He said,
he's a man. He could unify us.
He could fucking unify us.
Yeah.
We need to get the eviction back together.
We do need to get the eviction back together.
Boom. People don't know what that is, but we do. And so does Bypass.
Bypass
We love him.
knows,
He's going to be the next thing. Without Cena versus CM Punk rivalry, I probably wouldn't have stayed in love with wrestling, so I got to give him that. But his US title run in 2015 is possibly my favourite mid-card title run ever in WWE. He also says the match with CM Punk on Raw in 2013 is my favourite TV match ever. Cena versus Seth versus Brock at Rumble 15 and Cena versus AJ at Rumble 17 is my favourite ever match.
Cena AJ is a class match.
It's all-timer.
Yeah, it's deadly. Yeah. Good shout out there.
And like, this is when you start seeing this, the worker scene. He starts doing the ox cutter or the Oz cutter, almost. You know, the stunner. He starts doing fucking code reds.
Yeah,
not well,
but he's doing them.
Let's see him do a Frankensteiner. Okay,
yeah,
okay.
Because he doesn't come across like the most. Like, he looks kind of awkward doing a lot of that stuff.
He's always looked awkward.
Yeah. It's funny, like almost everything he does, but he does it all with conviction.
Yeah, like he believes in himself.
He does believe in himself, and that ultimately is what it's all about.
That is what it's all about.
Yeah.
You sell yourself, and you know, this is when you knew he's kind of on the back end. Then he ties 16 world title runs. You know, he has a great feud with AJ Styles. And he's kind of coming and going. And he has a few like Roman, and he like saying some home truths to Roman, but he's also been a hypocrite because the stuff that he said about The Rock is now all coming true to him. And
he's in Hollywood.
Yeah, he has a match with The Undertaker at WrestleMania, but like,
do you think the Roman, you know, when he kind of buried Roman?
Yeah.
Do you think that was uncalled for?
No, because that's what we were all thinking.
Yeah,
and ultimately we got the tribal chief out of it.
Well, I don't know if that
not
was,
immediately, but I'm
catalyst.
saying.
Yeah,
there's so many butterfly effects that you can attribute to wrestling. Like if John Cena, remember when he came out and was like going on about the heel turn, and he actually turns his heel. You know, imagine he did fucking turn heel.
But doesn't he say that he wanted to at one point?
No, I don't think so.
No, he does. Sorry, why would I say does he? He did.
Oh, I forgot all about a fucking match.
Which match?
John Cena and Nikki Bella versus The Miz and Maurice.
Wow. Jesus.
I'd put that over the Firefly.
No, you would not.
I would, yeah.
The Firefly, we were talking about, did we talk about this on air or off air? We were saying that it could be, we were talking about on it, wasn't it? When it could have been like a college project.
Yeah, it is. It's a student film.
Student film.
Yeah.
I think that's the way to look at it.
Student films are shit. I've been in a few of them. Yeah, I've shot a few of them.
But there could be a spark of genius in there.
Not for that. I just thought it wasn't wrestling.
It wasn't it? But it was the pandemic era. Anything goes.
And yeah, Cena's
no holds barred.
Cena's on the back burner. It's kind of like sad in a way that, you know, you're seeing some of the matches. He can still go. He's still in great shape.
Yeah, but he
has that big bald spot, and he's still dressing like a fucking 5-year-old.
Yeah, and he's got the hair fucking weird hair thing is going on. He looks really old for some reason. Yeah. He kind of looks like he looks like a man from the looks like a man who's about to go to World War II.
I'm sorry, Catherine. I gotta go.
Yeah, like he's got this weird.
I gotta fight the boys in Germany.
He does kind of look like that weirdly. Like
Captain
it's like he's aged. Yeah, but not like
Captain America.
Not like skinny Captain America, but like
built Captain America, but like old.
Yeah, like it's very strange the way he's aging. I feel like he's aging very fast.
And he's losing a lot.
He's losing a lot.
Lost to Austin. No, did he beat Austin Theory? No, he lost to Austin Theory. Did he?
Yeah, he put over Austin Theory. Yeah.
He lost to Solo.
Lost to Solo. Yeah. Do you remember that shitty feud he had with Kane?
Every feud with Kane for a long time was so shit.
It was leading into The Rock.
That was 2011. Kane had a mask and then had a mask underneath the mask. This is when Kane brought back the mask.
And he wanted to light a fire under. He said that Cena needs to have a fire lit under him if he's going to beat The Rock.
Kane then sucked.
Yeah, it's terrible. Yeah, okay. So what's
we should do a podcast on Kane.
What is the verdict of John Cena?
He's responsible for so many horrible moments of my life.
Is this like
no? He's responsible for so many genuine fucking.
It's like
I did
when Dean Ambrose or Moxley approached Mick Foley that time.
Yeah.
You're responsible for
Like all these people.
a lost generation or something of.
No, he's it's not. I don't think it's necessarily Cena's fault. I think he was the face of a company during the PG era where the company just wasn't fun to watch. And he was the face of that. It wasn't necessarily not fun to watch because of him. We kept watching because we're wrestling fans. It's the most accessible form of wrestling that we have. And you're like hate watching it. Any chance that I got to watch something alternative, I did. But like WWE has always been a constant in my life. And no matter how bad it is, one moment can change it.
Yeah.
That's the hope that you always have for a Cena heel turn, for Nexus to come, for the Summer of Punk. You always have that little thing that's going to be like, oh, it's Royal Rumble season. And it can all change on a dime.
Yeah,
and
for better or for worse.
And it didn't for so long. It stayed the same. It was Cena wins, lol. And
I remember, like back pre-social media, like you'd be on wrestling forums, and it was just so negative. There was nothing positive going on in wrestling, and people just stopped watching.
But there were cool things. There were ECW One Night Stand. There was, they're bringing ECW back. This is going to be amazing. We're going to see John Cena versus Sabu.
Yeah.
You know, maybe we'll get that John Cena New Jack match. Woo! But then we didn't. We didn't get the ECW that we wanted. We got an ECW with fucking Jack Swagger.
I mean, you could
Ezekiel Jackson.
You could counter that by saying then maybe Cena held the company on his back during the most difficult era, coming out of the Attitude Era, which was peak wrestling. There had to be a recession wrestling, and Cena was the man to hold it together until it came back around again.
When you think of,
I don't believe anything of what I just said, but
but when you think of his run, right? So he wins the title in 05, right? Still kind of has that rapper gimmick between 04 and 05. So say around 04. 20 years of this John Cena. The Undertaker didn't last 20 years as The Undertaker. He became the American Badass after 9 years. Hulk Hogan, 11 years. Austin was only like 4 or 5 as a constant performer. The Rock. And they all have different iterations in themselves.
Yeah, but the problem as well is they weren't building any other Cena at the time either. Like really up until Roman, there was never going to be
Batista or
not in the same way. I don't think there was even a quote, wasn't there, from Triple H where he said that as a company, we're not going to build another wrestler who's going to become bigger than the company. So the company's always going to be above, which is why we kind of stopped seeing them create superstars for a while. Again, Reigns changed that again, but from Cena to Reigns, there was this gap where there's a lot of kind of guys floating around, kind of cool, like, you know, Punk, Danielson, but they were never going to be pushed as to give the wrestler the opportunity to break away, become bigger, hold the company to ransom and fuck off again, like The Rock.
Basically you put WWE on the marquee, people will come. You don't put Hulk Hogan on it to make people.
Well, that's what they're trying to do,
yeah. Is he a Mount Rushmore wrestler?
He's in the argument. He wouldn't be on my Mount Rushmore.
But
it depends. Mount Rushmore is a weird thing. You've got to set the parameters.
Not a personal favorite. I mean, like as top industry guys, WWF.
Well, I mean, he's in the zeitgeist. He has transcended wrestling. You know, my wife knows who John Cena is. She doesn't know who fucking John Moxley is, or you know, a lot of other guys who've won world titles. So yeah, no, I suppose when it comes to getting into the culture, Cena's there. People know him. He's been memed.
Like what I mean, like is
into pop culture. Like he's beyond wrestling. He's above wrestling.
If you have a WWF Mount Rushmore, you can put 4 faces on it.
Face or heels?
Whatever. Like people that carry the company. Do you want me to do it and make it easier for you?
I know what Mount Rushmore is. I don't need to fucking break it down.
I'm not gonna. We're not launching an attack on Mount Rushmore or anything. North Dakota, you're safe. Or South.
No,
Hogan.
Just give me your Mount Rushmore.
That's what I'm doing. I'm trying. You're so difficult. I'm trying to give you the parameters. Hogan, Rock, Austin, Cena.
Mm-hmm.
That's your WWF Mount Rushmore.
Hogan, Rock, Austin. Yeah, I would. It's hard to disagree with that.
Yeah, like I know we
You can't put Vince on it.
You know, you can't.
Can't put Brett. Brett doesn't.
You put Vince on a Mount Rushmore, it'll just get blurred out.
So Vince, Brett, Shawn,
Undertaker.
Undertaker could have been. There's an argument for him.
Yeah,
Triple
but I
H.
mean, like people that carried the company.
The company, yeah.
And it's mad because Rock and Austin are at the same time.
Yeah, but I suppose
They're both
Austin,
generations.
Yeah, like
we got
Austin,
two Hogans then.
we did. That's what made it such an amazing era. Yeah, I mean Cena. Like, okay, that's if you're picking a Mount Rushmore of people who were the top guy in the company for a prolonged period of time, sold a lot of merch, and potentially carried the company through a certain era. But it wouldn't be like top wrestlers.
It's a business. That's what CM Punk said. He's in the wrestling business. That's a business. That's it. John Cena's your favorite wrestler? Do you want to see him to win the 17th title?
No.
And out past Ric Flair?
Oh, he's going to do it. I mean,
Do you want to
undoubtedly.
win a world title?
100%.
They have two of them, to be fair.
Yeah, he's 100% winning world title.
I don't like that because it's all like
Telegraphed.
no, but it's during the period when world titles were like meh.
Oh yeah, well, the hot potato stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I remember Randy Orton won it and then lost it and won it back in the same night on some pay-per-view.
shouldn't count, but it does.
does.
Yeah, no. So he will win it. He will win the 17th. That will be potentially his retirement match, and Cena will go down as, from WWE's rewritten history, the greatest wrestler of all time. And there won't be a goddamn thing you can do about it.
There we have it. That's been our John Cena podcast. Like, subscribe, comment below. Are we part of the John Cena mob? Are you a Dunphy-maniac?
Yes, you are.
He's not. No one is.
He is. That guy.
Do people
That
actually...
guy is a Dunphy.
Do people want this guy on this podcast? Do
Don't. Come on. Don't do that to me. Please.
Mega Powers? Mega Powers. It's Hogan and...
Actually, I can't.
I've extended the olive branch. This is like we've after having a fucking banger match and then you walked away from the handshake. You've all seen it. I'm a bigger man.
I should have fucking shook hand.
Yeah, you should have. I'm the bigger man. That's been the Wrestling Fan Wrestling Show, the John Cena podcast. Thanks very much for listening. Like and subscribe. Do you have anything to fucking add?
Good night.
Good fight, good night.